start the question based on the formulas which we have discussed, double angle formulas, half angle formulas. Like the first question is under root 1 minus cos 2x upon 1 plus cos 2x. To remind you, cos 2 theta was cos square theta minus sin square theta. 2 cos square theta minus 1 and 1 minus 2 sin square theta. Write every time the formulas, that is the way to remember it. Cos 2 theta, because cos 2x is coming. In theta it is 2x, it could be anything else. The angle is measured here represented by x, here it is by theta. Cos 2 theta is cos square theta minus sin square theta is equal to 2 cos square theta minus 1 is equal to 1 minus 2 sin square theta. So 1 minus cos 2x. So what should I use? If I use this 2 cos square theta minus 1, so minus will become plus and there will be no cancellation. So what I use is 1 minus 2 sin square x upon 1 plus, I'll use this formula, 2 cos square x minus 1. The purpose is this 1 and 1 will cancel. In the numerator, I'll have 1 and 1 cancelling. I'll get 2 sin square x upon 2 cos square x. 2 will cancel. You will get under root 10 square x. It will come 10x actually, and 10x is positive in first and third quadrant. It will be positive. I'll take positive because x is in first and third quadrant. First and third quadrant. So 10 is add sugar to coffee. So 10 is positive in first and third quadrant. It has to be positive. So that is why we are taking only positive value. We are taking only positive. Whenever you take a square root, you take the modulus of that. You take the modulus of that. 10 square x is equal to 10x. So 10x is positive. 10x is positive because we are talking of first and third quadrant. So 10x will be positive. So 1 minus cos 2x upon 1 plus cos 2x will be equal to 10x. That is the first question. Now let us see the second question. Second question is cos A upon 1 minus sin A has to be proved to be 10 45 plus A upon 2. We told you half angle formulas we are converting. Because answer is getting half angle, so we will have to convert this into half angle formula. So I'll write it as cos square A by 2 minus sin square A by 2. Cos 2 theta is cos 2x is, or cos 2a is cos square A minus sin square A. But when it is A, then these angles become half. 1 minus 2 sin A by 2 cos A by 2. We converted this sin A as 2 sin A by 2 cos A by 2. Now cos square A by 2 minus sin square A by 2, and 1 I can write as sin square A by 2 plus cos square A by 2. Sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1. Is it or theta? It could be anything. It is A by 2. Why it is written as A by 2? I'll tell you just now. Minus 2 sin square minus 2 sin A by 2 cos A by 2. Now please see, this is A square plus B square minus 2AB. A square plus B square minus 2AB. So I can write as A minus B whole square. I can write it as A minus B whole square. And it is what? Cos A by 2 minus sin A by 2. I can factorize this, and cos A by 2 plus sine a by 2. A square minus b square. A square minus b square as formulas a minus b, a plus b upon, now it is sine a plus sine a square, sine square a plus b cos, sine square a plus cos square a minus 2 sine a by 2 cos a by 2. So it will be sine a by 2 minus cos a by 2 whole square. It is going to be whole square. I can reverse it because it's a whole square. Even if I write it as cos a by 2 minus sine a by 2, then cos a by 2 plus sine a by 2. I can reverse the thing because it's a square, so it does not matter. I can write cos a by 2 minus sine a by 2 whole square. Why I am doing that? I'll tell you that also. Because here it is coming cos a by 2 minus sine a by 2. So when I'll take one of the factors, it will be cos a by 2 minus sine a by 2. That will cancel. So what do you get? It is cos a by 2 minus sine a by 2 whole square. That means cos a by 2 minus sine a by 2 into cos a by 2 minus sine a by 2, and one of them will cancel and you will be left with cos a by 2 plus sine a by 2 upon cos a by 2 minus sine a by 2. Because one of the factors have cancelled with this. One of the factors have cancelled with that. So we are left with cos a by 2 plus sine a by 2 upon cos a by 2 minus sine a by 2. Now I will divide numerator and denominator by cos a by 2. Why I am going to do that? I want answer in the form of 10. I want the answer in the form of 10. So let us divide it by cos a by 2. So cos a by 2 by cos a by 2 plus sine a by 2 upon cos a by 2 upon cos a by 2 upon cos a by 2 minus sine a by 2 and cos a by 2. It will become 1 plus 10a by 2 upon 1 minus 10a by 2. 1 plus 10a by 2, 1 minus 10a by 2. 1 plus 10a by 2 minus, upon 1 minus 10a by 2. I can write 1 as 1045 and 10 pi by 4 because 1045 is 1. So what will I write it to be? 1045 plus 10a by 2 upon 1 minus 1045 and 10a by 2. Why I have written 1045 here? The value of 10a plus b, because I am wanting 10a plus b form. 10a plus b is 10a plus 10b upon 1 minus 10a 10b. In place of a 1 I have written 1045. 1045, the value of 1045 is 1. So 1045 plus 10a by 2 upon 1 minus 1 is always there with this also. So I wrote 1045. It doesn't make any difference because it is 1. 1045 is 1. So this formula is for what? 1045 plus a upon 2. 1045 plus a upon 2. So I have got cos a upon 1 minus sin a as 1045 plus a upon 2. What did we want to get? 1045 plus a by 2. Once again, just look at that. Cos a I wrote in half formula. Cos square a by 2 minus sin square a by 2. If just you rewind the video, you will find the formula. 1 minus sin a is 2 sin a by 2 cos a by 2. Then 1 I have written as sin square a by 2 plus cos square a by 2. I can write it as cos square a by 2 plus sin square a by 2 also. It doesn't matter. And this, the factors of this a square minus b square are a minus b, a plus b. Cos a by 2 minus sin a by 2, cos a by 2 plus sin a by 2 upon it I could have written here also cos a by 2 minus sin a by 2. I wrote it sin a by 2 minus cos a by 2. Again I wrote it as cos A by 2 minus sin A by 2. Whether it is A minus B whole square or it is B minus A whole square, both are same because the squares are there. The squares are there. So A minus B whole square is what? A square plus B square minus 2AB. And what is B minus A whole square? B square plus A square minus 2AB. So they are the same. So whether I write sin A by 2 minus cos A by 2 or I write cos A by 2 minus sin A by 2, it is the same thing. When it is square. Why did we do this? Because in the numerator I had a factor cos A by 2 minus sin A by 2, and here also I'll get one of the components as cos A by 2 minus sin A by 2. So I'll be able to cancel that. And I am able to cancel that. I am left with cos A by 2 plus sin A by 2 upon cos A by 2 minus sin A by 2. Then we divided the numerator as well as denominator by cos A by 2. Why did we do that? Because we want answer in terms of 10A by 2. Cos A by 2, cos A by 2 will cancel. Sin A by 2 upon cos A by 2 will give you 10A by 2. Here 1 minus 10A upon 2. Then I wrote 1 as 1045. Here I did not write, but with this I wrote 1045 because 10A plus B. What is 10A plus B? 10A plus 10B upon 1 minus 10A 10B. And this is here. 10A plus 10B, 10A plus 10B upon 1 minus 10A, 10B. This 1045, the value of 1045 is 1. So we were able to achieve the answer in the form the person had asked for. Now let's see question number 3. For question number 3, I have, again we are using those formulas only which we have just read. 2 plus under root 2 plus under root 2 plus 2 cos 8 theta. We have to prove it equal to 2 cos theta. 2 cos theta. Theta belongs to minus pi by 8 to pi by 8. Minus pi by 8 to pi by 8. Now let us see how do we do that. We know cos 2 theta. Cos 2 theta is 2 cos square theta minus 1. This formula we have done just now. Cos 2 theta is 2 cos square theta minus 1. Or I can write 1 plus cos 2 theta will be equal to 2 cos square theta. Here cos 2 theta is there, then half of the angle comes here. Now let us begin from here. Under root 2 plus 2 under root plus I take 2 common. What will be left? 1. 1. It is 4 or 1. If I take 2, okay. 1 plus cos 8 theta. Now if it was 1 plus cos 2 theta, it was 2 cos square theta, half of that angle. So 1 plus cos 8 theta will become 2 cos square 4 theta, half of this angle will come. So it will become 2 plus under root 2 plus under root 2, and it will become 2 cos square 4 theta. Cos square 4 theta. By the same method. 1 plus cos 2 theta was this. So 1 plus cos 8 theta will become 2 cos square 4 theta. It was 2 theta, it became theta here. So if it is 8 theta here, it will become half, that is 4 theta. So 2 cos square 4 theta. Now it will come 2 plus under root 2. 2 into 2, 4. 2 into 2, 4. Plus 4 cos square 4 theta. It will become 2 cos 4 theta. Because you have taken the under root of this. This is the under root of 4 is 2 and it is cos square 4 theta, it became cos 4 theta. Again, it is 2 plus, I'll take 2 common, it will be 1 plus cos 4 theta. Now again by this formula, 1 plus cos 2 theta was 2 cos square theta. So 1 plus cos 4 theta will be 2 cos square 2 theta. It will be 1 plus under root 2, and like it was 2 cos square 4 theta, it will become 2 cos square 2 theta. 2 cos square 2 theta, half of that angle. 2 was there, half it became. So what will you get? 1 plus 2 cos 2 theta. You get 1 plus, because under root 4 will give you 2 and cos square 2 theta will give you cos 2 theta. So 1 plus cos 2 theta. Now 1 plus cos 2 theta was what? 2 cos square theta. It was 2 cos square theta. It was 2 cos square theta. It became 2 cos square theta. The 1 plus 2 cos, no, not 2, why? 2 is common, 2 is here, so 2 has to be common. 2 has to be common. It will become 2 cos square theta, 2 will be common, and 1 plus, it will become what? 1 plus cos 2 theta, 1 plus cos 2 theta, and that will become 2 into 2 cos square theta, 2 cos square theta. So 4 cos square theta will become 2 cos theta. It becomes 2 cos theta. That is what we wanted, 2 cos theta to be the answer. We are choosing the same formula. If it was 2 theta, it becomes half here. So whatever the angle is here, half will come here. If it was cos 8 theta, it became cos square 4 theta. If it was cos 4 theta, like here, it became 2 theta, cos square 2 theta, and so on. So we got the value as this. Now let us see the fourth question. In the fourth question I have, he says if 7a is equal to pi, show that cos a, cos 2a, cos 3a is 1 upon 8. Cos a, cos 2a, cos 3a is equal to 1 upon 8. We have to show this. Now it is given 7a is pi, so I can write as 3a plus 4a is equal to pi, because you see it is a, it is 2a. If it is 4a, it is all right, but here it is not 4a. So what am I going to do? I'll write 7a as 3a plus 4a, and then I can write 3a to be pi minus 4a. 3a to be pi minus 4a. We can write pi minus 4a. We'll write cos a, cos 2a. It is given, so we can use that. It will be cos pi minus 4a. Now cos pi minus theta. Add sugar to coffee. It will come into second quadrant. We are subtracting out of 180. Pi minus 4a. I'm subtracting out of 180. So it will come into second quadrant, and second quadrant causes negative. So it will become minus cos a, cos 2a, and cos 4a. A negative has come here. Because of minus it has become. Cos pi minus theta is minus cos theta. Now I have got cos a, I have got cos a, and I have got cos 2a. So what can we do? Okay. If I write it in the form of 2 sin a cos a, if I write 2 sin a cos a, it will become sin 2a. Okay. Let's write minus 2 sine A cos A. That means I have multiplied it by 2 sine A, so I have to obviously divide it by sine 2A also. I have to do the division by 1 upon 2 sine A also. Because I have multiplied it by 2 sine A. I have multiplied it by 2 sine A, because 2 sine A cos A will become cos 2A. So it is 1 upon 2 sine A, and it will be left how much? Minus we will take out common. Minus I have taken out common here. 2 sine A cos A will become sine 2A. Cos 2A. And cos 4A. Okay. Now 1 minus 1 upon 2 sine A, again multiplied by 2, multiplied by 2, multiplied by 2. If I multiply it by 2 here, so I'll have to divide it by 2 also, it will become 4 sine. So 2 sine 2A cos 2A cos 4A. 2 sine 2A cos 2A will become what? Sine 4A. It will become sine 4A. Sine 4A cos 4A. Sine 4A cos 4A. Again we multiplied by 2, divided by 2. It will become minus 1 upon 8 sine A, and it will become 2 sine 4A cos 4A. So it will become minus 1 upon 8 sine A, and it will become sine 2 sine 4A cos 4A will become what? It will become sine 8A. Sine 8A. It will become sine 8A. Now sine 8A, how am I going to write sine 8A? You know that we are given 7A is equal to pi. So 7A plus A will become 8A. It will become pi plus A. It will become pi plus A. If I add A this side, I add A this side. So it is minus 1 upon 8 sine A, and this will become sine pi. Instead of 8A, what can I write? Pi plus A. Pi plus A. Sine pi plus A will come into third quadrant. In third quadrant. In third quadrant, it is negative. So it will become minus 1 upon 8 sine A into minus sine A. Sine pi plus A is minus sine A, because pi plus theta is sine pi plus theta will be minus sine theta. So minus minus will become plus, sine A will cancel, and you will get answer to be 1 upon 8. What is the answer you have to get? Okay, next question is cos square A plus cos square A plus 120 plus cos square A minus 120 has to be proved equal to 3 upon 2. Again cos square is coming. Now let us see again the formula of cos 2 theta. Cos 2 theta was equal to 2 cos square theta minus 1. It was equal to 2 cos square theta minus 1. So 2 cos square theta was equal to 1 plus cos 2 theta, or upon 2. Cos square theta was 1 plus cos 2 theta upon 2. So 1 upon 2, cos square A will convert to 1 plus cos 2 theta. This 1 upon 2 will be common everywhere, because it is cos square A here also, cos square here also. This will convert into 1 plus cos 2 into A plus 120 plus 1 plus cos 2 a minus 120. 1 plus cos 2 theta, 1 plus cos 2 theta, 1 plus cos 2 theta. Now 1 plus 1 everywhere is 3 actually. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 will come out to be 3. Now plus cos 2 theta, and this will become cos 2a plus 240 plus cos 2a minus 240. Here I'll apply the formula cos c plus cos d. The formula for cos c plus cos d, if you remember, was 2 cos c plus d upon 2 into cos c minus d upon 2. Cos c plus cos d was 2 cos c plus d by 2 cos c minus d by 2. While if it was sin c plus sin d or sin c minus sin d, it was sin cos or cos sin. But when it was cos c plus cos d, it was cos cos. When it was sin c, when it became cos c minus cos d, it became 2 sin c plus d upon 2 and sin d minus c upon 2. So let us apply cos c plus cos d here. With this, we'll get 1 upon 2, 3 plus cos 2 theta plus 2 cos, let us add c plus d, 2a plus 240 plus 2a minus 240 upon 2 cos c plus d upon 2. This is 1, and cos c minus d upon 2. 2a plus 240 minus 2a plus 240 upon 2. Now let us see, 1 upon 3, 3 plus cos 2 theta plus 2 cos, let us see what we can cancel. 240 will cancel, minus 2a plus 2a will cancel. It is 4a. It is 4a. Sorry, it should be a only, not 2 theta. It should be a. Everywhere it is a. It is a. It is a. So 2 cos 2a plus 2a is 4a. 4a upon 2 will be cos 2a. 2 cos 2a. And this will be how much? Cos 240 plus 240 will be 480. 480 divided by 2 will be 240 only. Cos 240. Okay. 1 upon 3. 3 plus cos 2a plus 2 cos 2a. And cos 240 can be written as 180 plus 60. 180 plus 60. 180 plus 60 means it will go into third quadrant. It is going in third quadrant. Add sugar to coffee. So that means it is going to be negative. Cos 180 plus theta is minus cos theta. So it will become minus here. 1 upon 3. 3 plus cos 2a minus 2 cos 2a, and it will become cos 60. The value of cos 60 is 1 upon 2. The value of cos 60 is 1 upon 2, so it will become 1 upon 3. 1 upon 2, sorry, it is 2, not 3. 3 is inside. 1 upon 2, 1 upon 2. Now it is 1 upon 2. 3 plus cos 2a minus, because 1 upon 2 will cancel with this, so it will remain cos 2a only. Cos 2a. Cos 2a will cancel. Answer will be 3 upon 2. Answer will be 3 upon 2. You can see it once again, the question, I'll go through it once again. Cos 2 theta is 2 cos square theta minus 1. Cos square theta is 1 plus cos 2 theta upon 2. Everywhere it is cos square, cos square, cos square. So I'll express them in terms of 1 plus cos 2 theta, and 1 upon 2 is taken out. common. 1 upon 2 is taken out common. It becomes 1 plus cos 2a, 1 plus cos 2a plus 120, 1 plus cos 2a minus 120. It becomes 1 plus 1 becomes 3. It remains 1 upon 2. Cos 2a plus 240, cos 2a minus 240. Cos c plus cos d should be applied. Cos c plus cos d is 2 cos c plus d upon 2, cos c minus d upon 2. So 2 cos 2a plus 240 plus 2a minus 240 upon 2, cos 2a plus 240 minus 2a plus 240 upon 2. 240 will cancel, 2a will cancel, 2a plus 2a is 4a, 4a upon 2a is cos 2a. It will become cos 240. Cos 240 I have expressed as 180 plus theta, 180 plus 60, because 240 value 180 plus 60, it will become minus cos 60, so it comes minus here. The value of cos 60 is 1 upon 2. 1 upon 2 will cancel, the 2 in the denominator will cancel with 2 in numerator. It will be left with cos 2a. Cos 2a minus cos 2a. Cos 2a minus cos 2a will cancel with each other. It will be 1 upon 2 into 3, and that will become 3 upon 2. We need to prove cos to the power 4 pi by 8 plus cos 4 3 pi by 8 plus cos 4 5 pi by 8 plus cos 4 7 pi by 8 is equal to 3 upon 2. First of all, I'll write them as cos square pi by 8 to the power 2 plus cos square 3 pi by 8 to the power 2 plus cos square 5 pi by 8 to the power 2 plus cos square 7 pi by 8 to the power 2. Why did I do that? Because I will convert cos square in terms of cos 2 theta. You know the formula for cos 2 theta. This is a very important formula. Time and again we will be using as 2 cos square theta minus 1, or 1 plus cos 2 theta upon 2 is equal to cos square theta. So where cos square theta is there, I can write 1 plus cos 2 theta upon 2. It is cos square pi by 8. It is instead of theta, it is pi by 8. So angle will become double here, cos 2 theta. So what will it become? It will become 1 plus cos pi by 4 upon 2 whole square. We double this angle. Pi by 8 double will become cos pi by 4. So cos 2 theta plus 1 plus cos, if I double this, 3 pi by 4 upon 2 square. Okay, then it will be 1 plus cos 5 pi by 4 upon 2 to the power 2 plus 1 plus cos 7 pi by 4 upon 2 to the power 2. When I take 2 outside, it will become 1 upon 4 will become everywhere. 1 upon 4 plus 1 upon cos pi by 4 to the power 2 plus 1 upon 4 1 plus cos 3 pi by 4 plus 1 plus 1 upon 4 out 1 plus cos 5 pi by 4 1 plus cos 7 pi by 4. Everywhere the square is there. The square has gone away. Okay. We know what is the value of cos pi by 4. Cos 45 is 1 upon root 2. Now it is 3 pi by 4, it is 5 pi by 4, it is 7 pi by 4. They are multiples. So the value will be 1 upon root 2, but we'll have to see whether it is minus 1 upon root 2 or 1 upon root 2, depending upon which coordinate it is falling. It is written as 1 plus 1 upon root 2 whole square plus 1 upon 4, 1 plus, I can write 3 pi by 4 as cos pi minus pi by 4 whole square. Pi minus pi by 4 will give you 3 pi by 4 plus 1 upon 4. This I can write pi plus pi by 4. Pi plus pi by 4, because this will become 5 pi by 4. Pi plus pi by 4 will become 5 pi by 4 plus 1 upon 4. 1 plus cos, I'll write 2 pi minus pi by 4. Everything in terms of pi by 4. 2 pi minus pi by 4 will be 7 pi by 4. Now it is 1 upon root 2. Cos pi minus pi by 4 will be minus cos pi by 4. Add sugar to coffee. It will come into second quadrant, and second quadrant cos is negative. So 1 upon 4, 1 plus 1 upon root 2 whole square plus 1 upon 4, 1 minus cos pi by 4 whole square plus 1 upon 4, 1 plus, now it will become pi plus pi upon 4. In the third quadrant again it will be cos minus cos pi by 4 whole square. And I need not to do that also. Okay, let's do 2. And this is again 1 upon 4, and it is 1 minus 1 plus cos pi upon 4 whole square. It will become 1 upon 4, 1 plus 1 upon root 2 whole square plus 1 upon 4 minus 1 upon root 2 whole square plus 1 upon 4, 1 minus 1 upon root 2 whole square plus 1 upon 4, 1 plus 1 upon root 2 whole square. This is 1 upon 4 plus 1 upon root 2. It is 1 upon 4 plus 1 upon root 2. So it will become 1 upon 2, 1 plus 1 upon root 2 whole square. Similarly, this and this will combine. It will become 1 upon 2, 1 minus 1 upon root 2 whole square. Let us open up a plus b whole square, a minus b whole square. 1 upon 2 is common. You can take 1 upon 2 common outside. Open this. A square plus b square, that is 1 upon root 2 plus 2ab, 2 upon root 2 plus a square plus it will be actually 2 plus 1 upon 2 and minus 2 upon root 2. This will cancel. 1 plus 1 upon 2 is 3 upon 2. 3 upon 2 plus 3 upon 2 will be 3. It will be 1 upon 2 and 3. So it will become 3 upon 2. The answer becomes 3 upon 2. You can see the whole question which is written there. We have used here 3 pi by 4 as pi minus pi by 4. Pi minus pi by 4 is 3 pi by 4. Pi plus pi by 4 is 5 pi by 4. 2 pi minus pi by 4 is 7 pi by 4. We have converted everything in terms of relation with pi plus theta, pi minus theta, or 2 pi minus theta, depending. Then it becomes easier for you to see also. Otherwise also it is easy. For example, pi upon 4 is 45. That we know. Pi upon 4 is 45. So I know it is going to fall into the first quadrant. Now it is 3 pi by 4. 3 pi by 4 means 3 into 45. 135 degree. 135 degree will fall into second quadrant. If it is going to be in second quadrant, its sign will be negative because it is cos. Then 5 pi by 4. 5 pi by 4 will be 225. This will come here in the third quadrant. Again it is going to be negative. And next is 7 into 45. 7 pi by 4. 7 5 is 35. 7 4 is 28. and 331, 315. It will fall in this quadrant, so this will be positive. This is positive 1 upon root 2. This is positive 1 upon root 2. This is minus 1 upon root 2. This is minus 1 upon root 2. Whichever method suits you, you apply that. Whether this way or this way. Thank you.